Hey guys, so today this is a slightly tougher set of poses. Draining what you can, anything that you can't, either work towards it, come into child's pose if you need to for a little rest, and just keep going for it. Give me a shout if you have any real difficulties with it. Okay, so we're going to start lying on our backs, so get yourself nice and comfy. Oh, before we begin, we will need a belt. So a yoga belt if you've got one, a regular belt, a tie, off your dressing gown, whatever you want, and then a block for sitting cross-legged like I am now. If this is comfortable, don't worry about the block, but if you need it, or a towel or a blanket or something that you can just fold over. Okay, so get yourself lying flat on the mat. You know how to get yourself comfortable, so take a second or two to get there. Bringing the hands down the sides of the body. Maybe let those feet come out to the sides of your mat. And then we're just going to start by closing our eyes and start to focus on the breath. Breathing in and out through the nose if you can. And just becoming aware of where you feel the breath in your body. And then we're going to start to deepen it. So you can keep the hands on the ground if you like, or you can bring a hand to the belly, above the belly button, below the ribs, and just start to notice as you breathe in and out, can you feel that hand rising and falling with the belly? If you can't, now is the time to start breathing a bit deeper. Don't strain to get there. You've got lots of time. And hopefully you'll have noticed that just by slowing the breath down and bringing your attention to it, you've relaxed the whole body already. Okay, so from there we're going to get started. Turn the hands around so the palms are facing down. You can bring the feet together if you like, and then we're just going to bring the hands up and behind the head. Stretch into the fingers, stretch into the toes, and as you exhale back down, we come to the sides of the body. I'll do that another 2 times. So inhale, taking those hands up. Exhale, taking the hands down. Lovely. One more time. Inhale and up. And exhale and down. Lovely. From there, we're going to bend the 2 knees up. Take the right foot and put the ankle just above the left knee. We're going into our figure of 8. So you can stay here. If you can feel that in the hip, maybe the front of the legs, stay in there. If you want to go the full way into it, taking the hands behind the left thigh, either keeping that leg bent or stretching the leg up towards the ceiling and just pressing the heel away from the body. Now while you're pressing that heel away, continue to press into that right knee so you're feeling it in the hip. And we'll go for 5 breaths here. Two to go. One more. And as we breathe out, taking that left leg down, nice and slowly we'll swap over. So right foot down, left ankle just above the right knee. Pressing away with that left leg, so pressing that right knee towards the bottom of your mat, feeling that in the front of the leg, into the hips. Stay in there if you like. If you're coming further with me, hands behind the back of the right thigh. Either the leg stays bent or we stretch it away. And getting head and shoulders back down onto the floor. Again, closing the eyes if you like here. And we're here for 5 breaths. 2 to go. And on the next exhale, nice and slowly, we'll unravel from there. And then reach yourself around, grab whatever you have got as a belt. Bend up the knees, take them over the chest, hook that belt around the balls of the feet, and then send the legs away towards the ceiling. Arms are nice and straight. The front of the feet is together. Keep a wee space between the heels. Don't let the back come off the ground. Keep it nice and flat to the mat. And then as we exhale, nice and gently, point those toes towards the body. Press the heels up towards the ceiling. And this is a good one for the backs of the legs, so we'll do 6 breaths here. So exhale to press into the heels. Two more breaths. And then bend the knees just a little to let that belt pop off, drop it behind you, and from there we're coming up to seated. So you can do that by turning on the side and just pressing yourself up, or we'll go for maybe 4 or 5 spinal rolls. And bring yourself to cross-legged. Great. Okay, so if you want, once you're up and seated, you can pop that block, the blanket, the towel underneath you, and just help to sit yourself up nice and tall. From there, we take the hands to the side of the body and we move the breath. Inhale to take the arms up and overhead, and exhale, nice and slowly back down we come. Again, you can close your eyes for this, so breathing in, up we come, and exhale. And we're going to leave the left hand there, breathe in to reach up into the right, breathing out, over we go to the left side of the body. Turn the head up towards the ceiling if you like. Inhale the arm back down, reaching up in that left fingers, breathing in, reaching up, breathing out, over we go. Try to press the left glute into the floor as you do this so you're not coming up onto the side, and turn that head to look up towards the ceiling if you can. One more breath. And as you inhale, back up we come, and back down we come. Lovely. From there, hands out in front, palms facing in, bend the elbows, hands together, elbows in. Stay here if you're feeling it, or if you want to go into the full eagle arms, take the left elbow, pop it on top of the right, palms facing away from each other, taking the lower fingers and wrapping them around the right hand side of the upper thumb, taking the fingers into the palm of that left hand if you can, and we'll do 5 breaths here. So inhale to take the elbows up to shoulder level, keep them there if you can, or as you exhale, let them come down just a little. Coming back to our nice deep breathing that we did at the start, especially when we get to these more difficult poses. Two more breaths. And as you exhale, nice and slowly unraveling those arms. And roll the shoulders and swapping over. Palms up, elbows up, hands together. Right elbow on top of left this time. Palms are facing away from the body. And then lower fingers wrapping around the left side of your right thumb. Breathing in to reach those elbows up, or to lift them up, sorry. Pull belly towards the spine to help with the lower back. And we're here for 5 breaths. One more breath in, elbows up. And as we breathe out nice and slowly, taking those arms apart. And roll the shoulders forward, roll the shoulders back. Great. From there, we're coming onto the hands and knees into our table pose. So block off to the side, getting it nice and set, fingers far apart, pressing into all 10 knuckles, wrists, elbows, shoulders stacked, knees hip width apart, feet flat out behind. And away we go into our cat-cow. Inhale to drop the belly, press through the arms, turn the head up towards the ceiling. Exhale to push the back away from you, crown of the head parallel with the floor. And we'll do another 3, moving with your own breath here. Ooh, really get into that spine. Lovely. One more to go. Inhale. Maybe give the hips a wee wiggle from left to right. Ooh, that feels good. And breathe it out. From there, we're going to go straight into our tiger pose. So we're going to lift our right leg back behind us, toes pointing away, left hand forward. As we inhale, we reach into fingers, reach into toes. Exhale, knee to elbow, and push the back away. And another 2 times. So inhale to reach, exhale, knee to elbow. One more time, inhale and reach, exhale, and under. Great, and pop that down. We swap straight over, left foot back, toes pointing away, right hand forward, breathe in and reach, breathe out, together. Great, 2 to go. Add one more. And down. Lovely. Okay, so from there, we're going to take our right leg and we're just going to reach it back and then take it to the outside of that right hand, hand onto the hip, and bring yourself up. If you need to keep that leg out nice and wide, go for it. Otherwise, walk it in towards the center of your mat. Pop the hands onto the hips. Take a nice deep breath in to lift up. And as we breathe out, before we do that, we'll walk that front foot, sorry guys, walk that front foot forward, tongue twister just a little bit, so that as you breathe out and you go forward, the knee's not going way past the ankle. Okay, so taking that breath in again, and as you exhale nice and slowly, down we go. Using that back foot to anchor you to the ground. Inhaling up, exhaling forward. One more time, inhaling up, and this time we're going to hold it. So exhale, down we go. And stay in here if you like, or bringing the thumbs together behind the back and pressing those elbows toward each other, just to really open the chest. And we'll hold this for 3 breaths. One more inhale in, exhale, and as we breathe in, we press through that front foot, nice and slowly bring us up, walk it back, and then step that left foot forward. And again, just scooching the left toes forward so that when we exhale and come down, the knee is not going to go past the ankle. And again, if you need to help with the balance, walking that foot out, otherwise keeping it in towards the center of your mat. So popping the hands back round to the sides of the hips, taking a nice deep breath in, breathing out, and down we go. Inhaling up, Exhaling down. My balance is shot. Inhaling up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale, take it up. And we're holding on the next exhale. So exhale, down we go. Here for 3 breaths. This time we take the hands up and overhead. And if you want to turn it into that balancing pose, you can look the hands up, head up between the hands for 2 more breaths. One more inhale and out. Taking the hands back to the hips as we inhale again, press through that front foot and taking that left leg back beside the right. From there we step the feet, or step the knees about hip width apart. We come back into our table. You might need to move a little further back on your mat for this one. We're going into puppy pose. Taking those elbows just right where the palm of the hand is. Keeping the elbows in nice and tight towards each other and keeping the hips where they are. I'm just going to walk those hands out, trying to get the chest down to the mat and the forehead or the chin, if that's comfortable for you. Now you can keep the hands in a little bit more and just work on getting that chest down so you're feeling that in the mid-back. And we'll do 3 breaths here. One more. And to come out of it, we just start to walk the hands back in towards yourselves and press yourselves back up to table. From here now, we're bringing knees and ankles together. We're going to tuck our toes and we're just going to do a little stretch for the feet. So walk the body weight towards the back of your mat, stopping whenever it starts to get sore, or taking the full weight onto your feet. We're just going to sit here for 2 or 3 breaths. If anyone does a lot of running, a lot of walking, you'll probably be feeling this. One more breath. And then we're going to just flatten the feet down and just sit here for 2 or 3 breaths. With each exhale, relaxing them shoulders down. With each inhale, just lifting the chest forward. One more. Great. So from here, we're going to go into a nice little flow. Get a wee drink of water first. So we're coming into table. Just follow on my instructions, look up whenever you need to. So we'll come into table first, making sure wrists, elbows, shoulders stacked, fingers nice and far apart, knees hip width apart. Take a nice deep breath in, look forward. As you breathe out, tuck those toes, move the body weight back, and then whenever you're ready, press up into downward dog. Now we're here for 5 breaths, so start at bent leg if you like. Start walking the dog if you like. Whatever works for you. One more breath. And then we're going to come into the full dog. From here we're going to lift the right leg, bend at the knee, and just see if you can just press that hip forwards towards the long side of your mat so you're feeling a nice stretch on the hip and into the right side of the body. And then we'll swap over, so placing the right foot down, lifting the left leg, bend the knee, and same thing, just pressing that left side of the hip towards the long side of your mat. And down we come. And we'll come back into that walking the dog again. At any time that you need to, come down into child's pose and then join us again when you're ready. From here then, we're going to come up onto our tiptoes and nice and slowly move the body forward. I'm getting in the way of the plants, and we're coming into plank. We're going to hold this for 4 breaths. If you need to, come down onto the knees. Or enjoy the shakes. One more breath. And back up we go into our downward dog. We're here for 5 breaths again. So again, if you need to, walk that dog out. Or if you're happy enough, sit in the full dog. Really thinking about getting that chest pressing back towards the legs. One more breath. And then the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to lift the right leg, and as we exhale, knee into chest. Inhale and up. Exhale, knee to chest. One more. And swap over. Back to the ground we come. Then back down onto the knees. Untuck the toes and just stretch it back, forehead to the mat. So we're going to do 3 breaths here. If you prefer, if you don't want to do child's pose, you can widen the knees out and take it down to wide legged hare. Wherever you are, we're here for 3 breaths, so breathe nice and deep. Getting the heart rate back down after that. One more. And then as we inhale, we're coming back up into our table pose. We're going to do one last downward dog. So breathing in to look forward, breathing out, tucking the toes, pressing ourselves back up. And then we're going to come to standing from here. So you can bend the knees just a little, and then just one hand at a time, walking those hands back towards the feet. You can keep the knees nice and bent here, or you can straighten them out. We'll do just a breath here. And then on your inhale, nice and slowly, taking the hands up the legs, and up we come. Okay, so we'll come to the center of the mat. Sorry guys. Center of the mat. We'll stand ourselves into Tadasana just for a breath or 2. Hands out to the side, pressing down through the feet, lifting the kneecaps, quads, pulling the glute muscles in, belly to spine, roll them shoulders, neck nice and long. One more breath. Lovely. From here then we're going to go into our little warrior flow. Just bring the feet out about 3.5 feet apart, hands onto hips. We'll go right leg first, turn the right leg, right toes towards the short edge of your mat, bringing the left toes in just a little. Nice deep breath in, breathe out, and over we go. Don't be afraid to adjust the feet if you've gone too far or not far enough into the pose. From here, arms come up at shoulder level. Make sure that you can see your big toe inside your right knee. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, just turn the head to look over the right hand. And we're going to do 5 breaths here. Reaching into those fingers, pressing into the 2 feet evenly. One more breath. And as we exhale, hands back onto hips, pressing through that front foot. Bring the back foot in just a little. Turn the hips so they're facing over the right leg. Nice deep breath in. Breathing out. Down we go again. This time bringing the hands up and overhead. Looking up if you'd like, or keep the head forward. 5 breaths here too. That's 1. Pressing down through the 2 feet evenly here as well. Don't let that front foot go way out over, or knee over the ankle. 2 more. And on your next exhale, taking the hands back down. You can either just step that back foot up if you like, or turn the back heel away. Bend that right knee just a little more, and with control, lift that left leg forward. Up we come, and down we go, back into mountain. From there we come back to the mat. Take a breath in mountain. And from there, stepping the feet out again. This time we're going to the left. So turning left toes towards the short edge of your mat. Right feet in just a little. Hands onto hips. Breathe it in. Breathe out. Bending over that left foot. Knee stays above the ankle. Inhale. Lift those arms up. Exhale. Head over left hand. Again, pressing into the soles of the 2 feet. If you feel like your feet are slipping, walk the back leg in just a little. Warrior is all about strength. You want to feel strong in this pose. Reach into those fingers. One more breath in and out. Hands onto hips. Straightening that front leg. Hopping that back leg in just a little, turning these hips to face over the front of your mat. You can walk that left foot out a little if you feel a little bit wibbly on your feet. Otherwise, we're taking a nice deep breath in, and again as we breathe out, over we go, bending that left leg. From here, hands up and overhead. Pressing into that back leg, make sure you're pressing it evenly through the 2 feet, and then lifting the head to look up towards the ceiling. 5 breaths. Two to go. As we exhale, hands back to the sides of the body, either stepping that right leg forward or turning the heel away, bending the knee a little, and with control, up we come, and down. And back to the middle of the mat, just for a quick mountain. Breathe it in. One more breath in. Lovely. From there then, we'll do a little bit of Malasana just before we start to come to the mat. Stepping the feet just wider than the shoulders. Bring the hands to the heart. You can have the toes pointing forward towards the long edge of your mat, or slightly out. You'll work it out as you go down into it. Take a nice deep breath in, and as we breathe out, we're just going to start to sink down towards the ground here. So bum coming down, tucking that tailbone down towards the mat if you can. You can use the elbows just to help, just to stabilize yourself, but also just to press the knees out and wide. And then we're going to try to lift that chest up so we're looking forward, so we're not all hunched, we're nice and forward. We'll do 4 breaths here. If you find your balance is a little bit off, keep your hands on the ground and keep your balance slightly forward. And then you can start to work towards moving it back and coming up with the hands together. We'll do 1 more breath. And then we're going to come out of it. So to come out of it today, what we'll do is we'll just press back up into standing. We'll use an inhale. On your next inhale, press into the feet and just press yourself back up. And then walk the feet together. Back we come into mountain. 1 breath in. Lovely. And from there, we're going to take ourselves down the mat. So sitting ourselves down. A few more poses to go and then we're done. We're going to start with Navasana or boat pose. So bring in sit yourself on the ground and then just move yourself around in your bum. You'll find there's 2 little bones there called the sit bones in yoga anyway. Find them and then you're going to be just behind them. So bend up the knees, keep the knees together if you can. We'll go for half boat first of all. So you can start from here. Make sure now that the back doesn't collapse. Keep nice and strong. Start from here, you're on your tiptoes, and see if you can bring the 2 feet off the ground. If that feels okay for you, we'll go for that. You can keep the tiptoes on the ground if you like, just moving them one at a time, or taking the feet up. So wherever you are, we're going to do 3 breaths. So sitting up nice and tall, and then when you're ready, here we go, 3 breaths. One more. And as you exhale, nice and slowly rock it forward. Open the knees just a little. Take the hands out and around the knees. And then you can let the head hang just for 1 breath. I think we can do that again. Right, so sitting back, finding those sit bones as you go. Sitting just behind them. Up onto the tiptoes, knees together. Back nice and strong. And then whatever variation, this one here, or if you'd like to try hands out to the side. Okay, so wherever you are, getting ready. And up we go, another 3 breaths. One more. Ooh, I feel it. And as we exhale, feet down, taking those knees wide and taking a wee break for a breath. Lovely. From there we'll do cobbler pose and just to get into the hips. So we'll just bring the feet in nice and close to the ground, wrap the fingers round, and then we're just going to butterfly wings, or just leave the legs just sitting as they are if you like. So we'll go for 4 breaths here. I'm really trying to lift that chest up. One more inhale in. And if you like, as you exhale, you can do a little forward fold. Say hello to your feet. From here then, use your inhale to come up, knees together, and then we're going to turn onto our backs.
So just nice and slowly letting yourself down, getting the hair out of the way. We'll do our window wipers to finish. So bending at the knees, taking the hands out at shoulder level. If you don't have that much space, bend them up into cactus shape. Taking knees and ankles together. Nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, knees and ankles, both legs to the right side of your mat. If the top leg slips, just come out of it just a little. And we're here for 8 breaths. So the body weight will slowly bring you closer to the ground. Don't try to get there. One leg at a time. And then when you're ready, if you want, you can turn that head to look over the left shoulder. So we're halfway there. Close those eyes. If they start to chill out now. And the next inhale, take the head back to center first. And we take the knees up. As you breathe out, on out you go to the other side. And again, turning that head if and when you feel ready. Four breaths in, 4 to go. Hopefully you're taking the breath back down to that belly, breathing, and really starting to chill out here. This is a good pose to do even when you're in bed in the morning, just to kind of slowly wake you up, if you've got the time. And in the next inhale, head to center, knees to center. So from here you can bring the feet as wide as the mat and just keep those knees together. Or you can take the legs out and just kind of let the feet point out towards each corner of your mat. Your hands, you're taking back down to the sides of the body. And we're just going to take a couple of breaths now, just a minute or two, just to come back to the breathing. We've done the hard work. Now we get to reap the rewards of it. So close the eyes if you haven't already. And start to focus on your natural breath. Not trying to control it just yet. Just notice if it's a little bit deeper maybe than it was before you started. Trying to be aware of where in the chest you feel it. And then we'll start to deepen. So slow that breath down on the way in. And even slower on the way out. And we're back to nose breathing now, using the mouth if you need to. Hopefully feeling nice and relaxed. And a little bit sore. And not too sore. We'll go for 3 more breaths. last one. And hopefully you'll be able to lie here for another few minutes. I think I'd encourage you to do it if you can. But the video will finish now, so to finish we'll stay lying down. We'll just bring the hands to the heart, and then the thumbs, we're going to pop them just between the eyebrows, and we'll say namaste together. So take a breath in. As we breathe out, we say namaste. And thank you for joining me today, guys. So again, please stay here if you can, even if it's just for another 3 or 4 breaths.